Hello everyone, Thranxes here, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. This is episode 30, where we're trying to get our oxygen under control before we run out of algae, and that's going to pose some serious problems. I think what we need to do is actually get even more algae, which I'm not happy about. I was hoping to not have to race to get more, but at this stage of the game, I think we're not quite ready yet, and I don't want the base to become a huge toxic area. Now, I have done some experimentation, and I found these thermoregulators in another, well, I was messing around with them, and I basically found that they get too hot to just sit here. Even in just a big open air environment, they cook themselves. They literally just destroy themselves. Even when you make them out of gold amalgam, these will reach the damaging point very, very quickly with a high sustained amount of air coming through the pipes, which that's sort of what I rigged up here. I know that these pumps are going to keep this pipe incredibly jammed full. They actually don't need this much. They would almost flow smoother with two separate pipes, but I want this pipe to be densely packed full of oxygen. In fact, I also want to change the way some of this is currently set up. So we're going to let everybody work while I talk about some of the changes here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of these and these. Sad as that is, it's sort of awkward to have this pipe running like that. It would make more sense for this insulated pipe made out of, what are these made out of? No, the pipe, igneous rock. So it would make sense for these insulated igneous rock pipes to sort of mirror each other and travel up and out of the way. So that's what we're going to do. Just like that. Okay. Now, we have a serious problem, though, when it comes to how we're going to handle the thermoregulators. First of all, I think I'm going to need more. It says the cooling, so it says the cooling is minus 14 degrees, but in the experiments I did, it's more like 8 or 9 on average. So I think I'm going to need more. Now, normally I would just put in 2 more and pipe them in, and everything would be just hunky-dory, but again, these are gonna utterly cook themselves. Plus, I need to move this natural gas pipe well out of the way. So let's get that going on. I think if we can catch it in between waves of natural gas, the easiest way to do that might be to just turn this off for a second. And then what we'll do is we'll wait for this next one to pass, and then we'll queue up some pipe destruction about here like this. All right, go ahead. Destroy it. Thank you. Okay, good. So now what we'll do to get the rest of that natural gas out of the way is we'll use the other trick where we put a valve right here and then connect it just like that, so that'll get the rest of the gas out of the way. Because we're going to need to rework this. In fact, I'm going to take over this whole section of the base here. Let's see, gas permeable tiles out like this, and then insulated tiles will come down like this. And I think we'll just do it over to there, and then we'll dig all of this out. Works for me. In case anybody gets trapped in this little area, which I'm sure somebody will, we'll give you a ladder. And then this section over here, we're going to need to get rid of this carbon dioxide bubble, so let's... no, let's do it more like this, and then like that. Okay. So that'll help with that solution and hopefully funnel more of the carbon dioxide down that way. Now that this valve is in, the rest of the natural gas should have gone through, at which point we can go ahead and deconstruct these and those. Okay, we'll deconstruct the valve. The valve is no longer necessary. And nope, not a liquid pipe, but a gas pipe. Yeah, we'll run it over here like this, and up like that. Okay. In fact, we can go ahead and cancel the deconstruction of that pipe. That's not necessary. And we'll need to put a gas pipe bridge back in over there. Okay, so I feel pretty good about that. Well, this polluted oxygen, we'll worry about that later. The other thing, I don't know what to do about this. If I put wheezeworts down, okay, first of all, I don't have the room, so I would have to knock out some of these hydroponic farms to put wheezewort tiles here. But then even if I do, that really seems counterintuitive to me when the purpose was to extract some heat from the thermoregulators for the pinch of peppers. Which, speaking of, should just all be a 5. Yeah, and some of them weren't even planted yet. Okay, so for in here, I'm going to think about that. I'm going to think about how I want to handle that while I run these pipes. So we're going to come down like that, and the other one is going to come... Oh, let's stop. Stop. The other one is going to come across the top like this. Right, so we're going to have one going here, one going here, no, there, and the other one will be split evenly, will be coming out over this way. And then over here it's going to be kind of the same thing. One of them is going to come out here, one is going to go up there, and the other one is going to come out here. We're going to make the vents out of wolframite so that they carry as much of their cooling into the air around them. I'm hoping this is going to... No, stop. Cancel. We're going to need a gas pipe bridge here, like that, because I want the vent to be here. And again, wolframite. Is it not? Right. So that's a little... Okay, cancel. Cancel. We're gonna do a little wiggle here, just to make it match. So we're gonna go, what, down and up like that, right. And we'll do our gas pipe bridge like this, with the pipe coming out there, and this pipe will feed in there, which that's kind of unnecessary. No reason to have anything unnecessary. And the wolframite will go here. Okay, turn that back on. This will get done, that will get done. This gas pipe bridge is really important. That needs to be completed. In fact, all of this is really more important because we're going to run out of electricity without it. So let's get this done. Now the other thing that we can do is we can give some wolframite gas perm tiles here, and here, and there, and there. Yep, here, and we'll change that one to there and there. In fact, we'll just widen that one like that, just to help the gas flow through the pipes. I think that'll work. Most of our heat is through this corridor and in these areas. I would pipe air into the bedrooms, the dormitories, except the air is going to be really cold because I'm going to add more thermoregulators. Oh, I keep coming back to what I'm going to do about those thermoregulators, though. I really just don't know. I really don't. Okay, let's get all of this stuff as a priority 7. This is very important. We can't just afford to wait for it to be done at a 5 because we're running out of algae, just to put it bluntly. So everything that's part of this oxygen system is now a 7. Or at least it is, that is the intention. Alright, and where are we with this insulated piping? Here is not connected. I'm not sure why. And then these, what are these? Awaiting construction. Yep, they are. All right, okay, that's good. And then this area over here. These are going to have to be 7s as well. We need this done over here. Same with this. And that. Okay. Let's talk about thermoregulators. I could do them, but I want their heat. I'm trying to make them work for me. But I don't know if that's going to be possible. I've made them out of gold amalgam. Maybe that'll be enough. Maybe they'll be okay. I seem to recall, though, when I was messing around with these, their temperatures, when you run them non-stop, they get so incredibly hot. Like, I think I saw once it was up to like 160 degrees. It was just constantly melting. And I'm not... We could put them up top and then put Wheezeworts on them, but that's going to remove some of their heating effect, potentially. We could still do it like this. Okay, so this is how we're going to try it, and we're going to have to grab Wheezeworts to do this. Let's deconstruct this one and that one, and then we're going to deconstruct the gas pipes as well. Probably like this, and like this, and then we'll deconstruct those. Okay. Back to our igneous rock insulated pipe. We're going to go up and over like that. And then we're going to tap into this bleach stone area. It's going to be time to do that. That's the thing. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We can go ahead and we'll jump on that. We'll change these to wolframite. We're going to put these here as wolframite to try to help leach out the temperature. And then we're not going to be able to put Wheezeworts down here, though. We're not going to be able to put Wheezeworts down here. These plants are going to hang down too far unless we got rid of these on either side, which it looks like we're going to have to do because we're going to need... Maybe one Wheezewort between two of them would be enough. Yeah, hold on. Let's reassess what we're doing here. Now, we're kind of in uncharted territory. I'm trying something that I really haven't experimented with. I have no idea how this is going to go. But we're going to give it a shot nonetheless. Oh, wow. I really hope this works. We're going to discover together whether or not this works. And then... up... over... and then this is going to go down to there, and then we can finish drawing that out. Okay, so now we're at the point where we're like, yeah, we're tapping into this bleach stone. That's the thing. We're going to do it. Let's go ahead and plan our pinch of pepper plants out, and then we'll get our insulated tiles down. Hopefully we'll do these at a 9, and we'll force the chlorine to trickle around and through, but I have a feeling it's going to spill out all over the place. Just all over the place. Alright, can we plant a Wheezewort seed? No, we're going to need to dig some up. Who don't we need? This air is pretty cold. This air over here is really cold. Let's uproot this plant. And that one's pretty cold too. Let's uproot that plant. We can always put them back if we need to. But for now, we're going to use them to try to keep the thermoregulators from melting themselves. And hopefully it won't add too much cold air to this area, because then that defeats the whole purpose of what we're trying to do. Just got to uproot the other one, which we have. Good. Okay, and plant. All of that should be priority 7, which is good. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. That has to be done, so let's focus on that. Algae is about to be completely out, by the way. We're almost completely out of algae. We still have a lot of priority 7 still waiting to be worked on. You need to be a priority 7. You are a priority 7. Okay. Things are going to get a little squirrely. Oh my goodness! Look at the bottom half of the base. Oh. No. This is important. That's very, very important. We're not... Our batteries. Our batteries. No. No. Get the natural gas flowing, please. Please. We need natural gas. Get the pipes in. I looked away and I assumed this would get done. I assumed wrong. Build them. Build them. Okay, good. Now, we can get some natural gas flowing. Hopefully we'll get our generators kicking. We can go ahead and open up this valve, which will activate this one to kick on. And then once the gas passes that valve, we can go ahead and shut that valve back off. All right, shut this valve back off. Okay, we're getting some power. We're not really... Oh, we are! We're power positive. No, almost. Oh, the transformers are taking a lot of power, but at least... Ooh, it's building up down there. We need to get this pump on. If above 800. That was the other half of that equation. Woo! We need that pumping. Oh yeah, look at all that natural gas. We're going to need to open up probably a couple of different valves at this point. We'll see. We're not at that point yet. No. Who's in trouble? Sylvia Fox. Why did you make a mess? You can escape that. No. Yeah, you can. I was going to say you can come up here and hop over there. Right? Can't you? No, you can't. Oh, I'm a fool. Let's just build these ladders. Actually, let's build them quickly. Poor Sylvia Fox is trapped over here, cleaning up her own mess, trying to get the work done. Who's gonna save her? We need some heroes. Seven Eye? Foxheart? I swear, Seven Eye and Foxheart are always saving people. They never seem to get in trouble themselves, but they're always there when somebody needs help. Alright, Sylvia Fox, you're free. There you go. Anti-gravity, coming to finish your work that you started. While you take care of yourself. Okay, we got some more algae. At least. How are we not... Breaks polluted dirt down into fertilizer, but we don't... Oh, look at this. Somehow these gas-permeable tiles get destroyed when running pipes through them, and I don't know what causes that. But it does happen. Alright. We're going to have to dig through this. So, everybody ready your shovels. Because this is happening. And then what we'll do is we'll just run a ladder, probably as a high priority, right down the side here in case anybody gets into any kind of trouble over there, they can get themselves back out. Okay. Why have we not planted these Weezeworts yet? Add a 9. How about add a 9? Thank you. Thank you. We can go ahead and empty these bottles. It's just oxygen anyways. This place is cooling down. It's getting colder. Now, we might not get as cold with that going on, but there we go. The bleach stone just opened up. We've got our morb down there. So down here, we're going to say is where we contain our bleach stone. And we're going to go ahead and say that is a 7. I don't want it hanging out up there. Let's, in fact, no. Let's make it an 8. Let's get the bleach stone down there pretty quickly if you can. Okay, these Wheezeworts, I don't know if that's going to be enough. We'll figure it out. Okay, for our power, let's go ahead and run this wire up like this. And just make sure these are good and connected. And at that same time, we'll destroy the wires that we no longer need. Okay. How is everything else doing? We still need to dig that out. That's priority 7 that's not being done. Not yet. Okay, so at least we're producing oxygen that's coming down from the top yet. That's going to have to be fixed, or they're just going to hit max gas pressure pretty regularly. So we need all this other stuff to get done in here. I think that right now they're handling 9s and 8s. So I'm going to let everybody handle that. Oh no! Oh no! Anti-gravity is suffocating! This is a 9. This is a 9 now. Dig. Dig. Dig, dig, dig. Faster. Dig. Oh, so close. Oh, there's a little bit of air. Somebody dig the last one. Oh, never mind. He's getting to breathe. Okay. Woo. Danger, danger. Gotta watch everyone so closely. And they're getting the algae. That's good. We need to keep up the oxygen we do have. The base is already starting to look a mess. And we don't really have a lot of positive air pressure here to push the chlorine through. Oh, Gigi, you're sleeping in the hallway full of chlorine. Not good. All right, good. Now all the priority 7s are getting taken care of. We're not going to queue up any more 8s or 9s. But what we are going to do is we're going to say these hydroponic farms are priority 5. And we're going to copy them all just like that. Excellent. The air up here is getting chilled. I have no clue if that's going to be enough to keep those thermoregulators from melting themselves. But we're going to find out together. That's going to be something we're going to discover at the same time. And I don't normally like to do that anymore. I don't like to try things for the first time without at least experimenting with them first, because I find what ends up happening is it doesn't really work out so well, and then I end up, having to go back and tear it down, and yeah, but that's just how this is going to go. These algae terrariums are eating up everyone's time because they're a 7. Okay, they're about to go to a 6. And a 6. Look at our beautiful base. Well, polluted oxygen is breathable oxygen, so there's always that. It could be worse. It could be a bunch of chlorine or natural gas. And then we've got this CO2 pocket forming. That's no good. Let's get the pipes finished, everyone. So these are going to have to be... Yeah, these pipes to the hydrogen generators and everything, these are going to have to be done pretty soon. So we're going to let you flow at just over 200 grams a second. And then we'll do that to the other one as well. Are you guys priority 7? No. You need to be priority 7s as well, please. Thank you. All right, so we're getting the work done. It's taking a little bit, but we are getting it done. We can also add our polluted water irrigation, which I'm going to leave at a 5. There's no reason to give everyone any more 7s to worry about. And we're still getting the algae, which is good. We're back up to... What is that? 3,000, 3,500 kilograms. That's good. My goodness, we're going to need more air deodorizers. We're going to leave those at a 5. No more 7s. No more 7s. Food has decayed. Rotten frost bun. What? Why? Why are you just leaving frost buns on the floor? Well, I guess we're in the abundance phase. When you have this much surplus food, everyone just leaves their food lying around because who cares? I mean, if they can get trapped in a chlorine pit, I'm sure they don't think twice about leaving the food lying around. All right, I'd like these to be built, though. That's the only thing with that. I want them built. Please and thank you. So they are now a 7. Yeah, I guess go ahead and take a nap. I thought about making everybody work through the night, but then there's going to be all that extra stress to worry about. I don't think that's going to work. Oh my goodness, look at that hydrogen. It is backed up. The hydrogen can almost start flowing, though. And this one, we're going to throttle this one down to just 200 grams a second as well. I know they only need 100 grams a second, but I don't want them to just run. I want their bar to charge, so I'm going to give them twice what they need. And then hopefully we can get that last pipe. We did! We got the last pipe going. So now we just need this to be finished. And it is. Alright, I don't know how these thermoregulators are going to go. The Weezeworts are barely touching the air up here. We can always do more. We can do one here, 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 and here. And if we have to, we have to. How are we doing with the airflow? There we go. It's happening. Oh, it's happening. I can't wait to get rid of these algae deoxidizers. I really can't. And we're also going to, I think, we'll probably do that next episode. Or, I'm probably even going to do it off camera before the next episode, is I'm going to reset all my priorities to 5 and then go through each item one at a time to try to figure out what needs to be a higher priority and what does not. There we go. Hydrogen generators pumping. Wonderful. Well, we could make more batteries. We could make a whole other tier of batteries, but I think at this point we don't really need to. Wow, we have quite the backlog of natural gas, though. Let's go ahead and open up the next valve. We'll see if 8 clears it out. Got our liquid pipes going. Okay, so they're running. Oof, and they're getting hot. And they are overheating. They can't. They're on wolframite tiles. There's plenty of exposed air around them that they could be heating up. No power. What? How do they have no power? Did we have a transformer malfunction for a second? Oh, I don't understand. I just don't understand. Yeah, so we're going to need more Weezeworts. That's all there is to it. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the Weezeworts planted, and we're going to have to take them from... Oh, this area is going to need more Weezeworts. It's not staying cold enough. So we can go ahead and... we can destroy these and this. And likely we can destroy these as well. Wait, no. Stop. Okay, good. There's nothing else there. We probably won't need these Weezeworts by the bathrooms anymore, because we're using insulated gas tiles and we're going to be pumping really cold air. So how cold is this air? -2? See, I expected it to be more like -5, -2, -5. I expected it to be more like -10. Oh, there's some -10. Fair enough. We'll just let it do its thing for now. Let's cannibalize all these Wheezeworts, please. We need them up here to keep our thermoregulators from melting. And hopefully this will do it, because if not, I don't know what else to do. And we're going to be giving up our extra heat. It's kind of upsetting. We've got to do what we've got to do. We need these to not be destroyed. All right, how are you doing now? Still getting really hot. Oh my goodness, they're still overheating. They're still overheating. It is not enough. It is not enough. And that means they're just not going to be able to pass on any heat. Because what? Around them, the air is... Yeah, the air is heating up. Even with the Wheezeworts, it's heating up a lot. Oh my goodness. So how do we handle this? That's the real question. How do we handle this? If you know, please leave me some advice in the comments. I can't seem to get these to run without damaging themselves. Wait a second. I just had a thought. What if we use wolframite? It has a lower overheat temperature, which to me seems crazy, but the thermal conductivity is significantly different. All right, well, we're going to try it. I mean, if I don't at least do it before I end the episode, I'm going to be kind of kicking myself wondering, you know, if somebody's like, "Oh, dude, just use wolframite." I'm going to be like, "Oh, see, I had a feeling that might do it." Just to try to help kick their own personal heat out into the air better. And then if that's the case, maybe we can move them back where they were going to be originally, which is down in this area, to try to help heat everything else up. All right. We'll make them out of wolframite, and we'll see what happens now. Speaking of, how is our hydrogen doing? Yeah, exactly. This valve now is off. All right, thermoregulator is up and running. Everybody's catching the spores and the trench stench because the base is becoming toxic and smells horrible and just, ugh. All right, let's see what happens now. Oof. With 50 degrees less on its overheat temperature, it's not even going to matter. It's going to overheat. Oh, it's fighting. Thing is, it runs constantly. Oh, it's staying under 65. What's the air around it? Is it heating up? No, it's not staying under 65. Oh, it's trying to stay under 65. Oh my goodness. Okay, so for now, it appears to be working. Why did it stop? We need you to run constantly. Why did you stop? Although stopping seems to have helped them cool off. So over here, let's look at the base. Look at that oxygen. And let's look at the temperature. Oh yes, look at those wolframite gas vents getting nice and chilly. I love it. Oof, it's going to get downright cold over here in the dining facility. But the showers are cooling down. I should have walked the second one down over here. I suppose I still could. No, let's leave everything the way it is for now. I don't want to mess with it too much. Oh, these over here are getting really cold, though. That's what I want. A constant supply of 1 kilogram of oxygen per section of tube. These are still getting really hot. And they're sort of heating up the air around them, just not very far from them. So we're not able to borrow that heat further down. They're not melting, though. They have a lower overheat temperature, but they're not hitting it. Apparently, being made of wolframite is helping them. See, and these are made of copper. I could make these out of wolframite as well. They all seem to be staying below, I was going to say 65. No, they're passing 65, but at least they're staying below 70. But they're creeping upwards. They're not quite dissipating their heat fast enough. But they're processing. Now, why did that stop? What happened? Why did they stop? I'm not sure what happened there. It said no battery for a second. I assume there was an issue with the transformer not maintaining charge, but our batteries, yeah, our batteries are capped, especially with the hydrogen generator running. The air pumps are running. I'm not sure why those ran out of power. More rotten frost buns. Oh, the fridges are full. That's fine. But at least we're generating all kinds of oxygen. Look at that! Oh, it's beautiful. We're fixing our issues, and these algae deoxidizers can be done. Done, and done, and done. And that, I think that is a great place to wrap things up. So this has been Oxygen Not Included, episode 30. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a good time watching. As always, I've had a good time playing. Please come back next time as we hopefully see that our thermoregulators can sustain themselves in a working temperature without melting, and maybe even figure out why they're getting little power breaks, which I have no reason to understand why that's happening. They just cut themselves off intermittently, although that did help them cool. And it's warming up this floor, just not this floor, so we'll need some space heaters after all. But that'll be next episode. And until next episode, take care.